In this video, I'll help you unlock the math skill, the unitary method. If you're learning maths on your own, this is the skill that stops many students from progressing. I'm going to show you two simple keys, which are the exact pieces of information you need to make this skill feel easy to learn. I refined these keys over 10 years of teaching, and honestly, they would have saved me so much confusion earlier. In this section, you will learn what type of problem the unitary method solves and how to use it. In our previous lesson, we looked at finding a percentage of an amount. For example, in a school of 900 students, 60% play sport after school. How many students play sport? How do we find a percentage of an amount? To solve this, we find 60% of 900. So we write 60 over 100 and we multiply by 900. This works because we're given the original amount, which is 100%. And in this case, 60% was 540 students. But here's where many students get stuck. What if the question is reversed? Suppose we are told that 60% of students is 540. How many students are there in the entire school? Now we don't know the original amount, and this is where students freeze, because the previous method no longer works. So how do we solve this? We use something called the unitary method. The word unit means one, like when you play Uno and you're left with one card, or when things are united, they come together as one. The idea is simple. First we find the value of 1%, then we can find any percent we want. So in this problem, step 1, write down the percentage given and its value. 60% equals 540 students. Step 2, find 1%. And to do this, we simply divide by itself. Remember, we need to do this to both sides to keep the equation equal. We divide 60% into 60 equal parts, getting 1%. And also divide 540 by 60, telling us that 1% equals 9 students. And once we know 1%, finding 100% is easy. Step 3, multiply 1% by the required percentage. In this case, we need the original amount, which is 100%. So we multiply both sides by 100. Therefore, the total number of students in the school is 900. And now we can solve any reverse percentage problem. In this section, you will learn what these questions look like and how to identify when to use the unitary method. Now here's the real problem. Most students don't lose marks because they can't do the unitary method. They lose marks because they don't know when to use it. In an exam, you won't see the words "use the unitary method." You need to recognize the situation yourself. So how do you know? Let's look at questions you'll see in your exams. They might be about anything: tax, population, discounts, attendance. They all look different, and this is where students get confused because the surface story changes, but the maths underneath it stays the same. So instead of memorizing every situation, we need a simple way to spot the pattern. Here are 3 simple clues that will tell you when to use the unitary method. Clue 1, you're given a percentage and its value. Clue 2, the question asks for the original amount or whole amount. Words like total, original, whole, before, or entire. Clue 3, the 100% is missing. When you see these 3 clues, you spot the pattern, and these become some of the easiest marks in your exam. So let's test this with a game. I'll show you different problems. Your job is to decide if it's the unitary method or not. Pause the video each time and try. Round 1, a 5% increase equals 2,200 people. Find the original population. Answer is yes, the unitary method. Round 2, find 30% of 450. Answer is no, this is a percentage of an amount question. Round 3, A TV is discounted by 25%. The sale price is $2,700. Find the original price. Answer is yes, this is the unitary method. You now know all the key information on this concept. However, can you solve all exam style questions? Watch this next video to master questions easily.